I bought this camera for less than $30, and not only does it work as advertised, it saved me from buying a junk motor. I'm going to show you how well it works and how easy it is to use here on Another Guy's Garage. Hey guys, we're going to do something a little different today. One of the few times I'm actually satisfied with the product that I bought. I thought this might be something useful. I'll share my experience, show you how it works, and tell you the story about how it saved me from buying possibly a junkyard motor. Again, super simple to use, less than $30. I can't stress that enough. I think I paid $26 for it. It's still available on Amazon. So I thought, yeah, let's get into it. I originally bought this because I was chasing mice in my camper, and this gave me the ability to put a remote camera in places that only mice could get to. It's a borescope or endoscope or wireless camera, a couple different names. I did super long. It's and also got the waterproof version. This is by a company called I don't know if it's NIDAGE or NIDAGE, but anyways, I'm really happy with it. When I was shopping for LS motors, it became very, very handy and a useful tool, and actually saved me from buying what I believe to be motors that either needed work or might have been actually junk. Just to tell you the quick story, I looked at a couple motors, one in particular. I drove about an hour from here to go look at. It was a 5.3. It was a super good deal. It was at a wrecking yard. I got there and it had been pulled. It was sitting in the yard, been outside for about a month, covered up with just a hood, as you can imagine, and there was a bunch of engines. So I asked the gentleman that was running the yard, can I kind of run my scope through and just take a look at the cylinders? And he said, sure, no problem. And so what we found were some of the cylinders were actually bad, full of rusts. At some point, either water got in or moisture got in and rusted those cylinders. So it was going to take quite a bit of work to get those, to bring those back, more than I wanted to do. I wanted a running motor, and that was a running motor when it was pulled. But unfortunately, it had been sitting out, and like I said, moisture got to it and kind of ruined it. Again, something that maybe if you were into the machine work or wanted to do some machine work or put oversized pistons or something, then you could have it bored out and cleaned up. But just wasn't something I wanted to get into. But again, it saved me from bringing that thing home and thinking it's a good motor when it wasn't. So anyways, let's get to it. I'm going to show you how this works. I'm going to show you on one of my cylinders. I did do an inspection of this before I bought it. I'll show a couple of pictures here. It came out of a 3500 Express van, formerly owned by one of the local airports. I know nothing about the van, knew nothing about the van other than it was owned by this company. You can see it in the picture there, but it was a 3500 Express van with a 6-liter in it. Transmission was good, the engine was good. It actually drove itself into the spot in the wrecking yard. The two guys I worked with at the wrecking yard were absolutely super. They said, Tom, we're not going to sell you junk. We're in a business of selling people good parts. And this is a good motor. We drove it, parked it back there. It wasn't making any noise, wasn't smoking. It had about 125,000 miles on it. I couldn't confirm that, of course, like most LS motors. Either they're already out of the car, which this one was not, but the dash had already been taken out and the gauge cluster was already taken out, and most of the wiring had already been harvested. When I got to the wrecking yard, they took the fenders off and other miscellaneous pieces off the front end of that van because it was in relatively good shape, other than a rotted out frame, which is something else I looked at. I wanted something that either had significant damage or had a rusty or rotted out frame, because you don't really know the history of these things. If it was damaged or the frame was bad, you can at least hypothesize that it was junked because of that and not because the engine was bad. Anyways, let's get into it. I'll show you how this works. So here I am. I'm going into cylinder number 5 here on the driver's side. And I'm just looking around in the camera. You can see the crosshatch. I can see the top of the piston. It's got some carbon buildup on it, but you can see you get a pretty good image. And again, I can change the brightness. If I click this button, let me stand back here, get back in there. I can click it, and it goes brighter, eventually out. So now it's out, and then I'll turn it on to 1. If I just sit in here, I can see that it's brighter and brighter. Yeah, I get 2 settings on brightness. So if I come in here, I turn it on, the brightness. I can click it, go a little bit brighter, and even a little bit brighter yet. In the package, you get this quick start card, tells you where to download the app and then how to connect with your phone. Again, it sends a Wi-Fi signal. Also tells you how to charge and what it means when it is charged. Your user manual with all the specifications in it. Again, QR code to get to the App Store, and then how to use it, how to change tips, all that good stuff. And then you also get this little container that's got other parts in it. I'll show you. It's got your magnet. It is a magnet, so if you're after something and it's metal, or you can grab it. It's also got a hook. If you are in a hole, want to grab something. And then it's got this 90-degree, I think that's what it's supposed to be. I'll admit, this works marginally well. The focus isn't great. Close up, it works, but when you're even looking at my cylinder to try to see the back part of the wall, it's not a good image. It's not in focus. It's marginally useful, but these others are useful, and just the camera itself. And then, like I said, it's got this this tip you can actually see. I think you can see the LED if it stops shaking. Come on, Tom, stop shaking. You can see the LED lights, and then it's got this lens cover. If you want to get into thinner pipe, you can take this off, and you now change the OD. It's a little bit thinner and easier to get to some small areas. But this is one of those instances where this has been really helpful for me. Thought I'd pass it on to you guys. It's worth a look if you're in the market for one of these borescopes, endoscopes. Hey guys, I hope you found this useful. A tool less than $30 that actually works as described. I bought it for inspecting my camper. That's how it started. But I took it on this journey to replace my LS motor, and it was really handy. Saved me from buying some motors that were less than perfect. Not that this one is perfect. I'll know more when it runs. This is just a quick inspection, something easy for me to do the tool that I can bring with me to the wrecking yard to do a quick. I hope you found this useful. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you in the next video.